If you guys want the fastest way to improve your aim, get some Control Freaks for cheap. Use code Goblin for 10% off and improve your aim today. Link in the description. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. Today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is updates and nerfs and buffs to weapons, as well as other things like kill streaks and some other different things to do with this game that I think still need to be updated and balanced out to make this game perform at its peak. Because there have been, a couple of updates that did fix a lot of the issues, but there is still more to be addressed, and I want to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section down below and stuff like that. So drop a like on this video, be sure to smack a like on this thing, I'd really appreciate that. And then I want everyone to leave your comments down in the comment section below. I want to say that it's okay if you disagree with me. Maybe I'll say a gun needs a buff, and you say that gun is already overpowered. It's totally cool. These are just my opinions, and I'm not an expert in every single gun. I'm an expert kind of in the guns that I use a lot. Like I have like 3,000 kills with just the PPSH itself, so I know that weapon pretty well, but some of these weapons I've only played even a handful of games with, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Basically, this is stuff that I think if they were to update and to fix, it'll make the game perform and make the game more fun for everyone. And the thing is that, a lot of people will say, they need to fix the maps, or they need to, add this and blah, blah, blah. But the fact is, those things that we know they're not going to be adding new maps. Just, maybe they'll add that one map that's the DLC map right now, the Quarantine. They're probably going to end up adding that map for free, like they did with Nuketown in the past and Treyarch games. But we know they're not just going to say, you know what, guys, you were right, our maps are bad, and we're just going to throw in 5 new ones for you guys. That would never happen, of course. I mean, if it did, that would be absolutely ridiculous. Basically, I'm going to talk about stuff that they can easily fix, gun changes, buffs, and nerfs to different things in the game. So let's get into it, and of course, this is all just my opinion based, and I think this is some of the stuff that should happen in the future. So, first of all, let's get into it by talking about some of the weapons. So, the first thing I noticed about the weapons is the semi-automatic rifles pretty much all need buffs. There's no reason to use any of those, especially in the core game mode. I guess you could say they need buffs for that. I guess those were sort of designed around hardcore, because there's really no reason to use any of those over any of the automatic rifles. The automatic rifles, you have 4 insane good ones. You have the BAR, the FG42, the M1941, and also the STG. There's no reason to use any of the M1s or stuff like that, the SVT, over those, because those weapons won't kill as fast. So my suggestion for the semi-automatic weapons and how you can make them better is that probably what you want to do is reduce the recoil a little bit, maybe on some of them, or up the fire rate cap. The thing with those is that even though they're semi-automatic, you would think that they just fire as quick as you can tap the trigger, but that's not the case in Call of Duty. In the recent Call of Duty games, maybe, starting like maybe 5 years ago, they started capping those things so people with trigger mods and stuff like that can't spam them. There basically is a fire rate cap. So even if you have the world's fastest trigger finger, it only caps out at a certain point. Maybe by increasing that or decreasing the recoil on those guns, those definitely need a buff, because I really want to use semi-automatics. It's a World War II game. Those would be really fun to use. But the fact is, if I use them, I'm just going to be getting crapped on by people using the BAR every single game, or the PPSH, or the FG42. So those definitely need to be buffed. Next thing I have to talk about is snipers. Now, I'm not the biggest sniper, but what I've seen from the snipers in this game is that there's one sniper that really stands out, the Kar 98K. And is pretty much the best at doing everything out of all the snipers, and the other snipers sort of are kind of weak. So there is a big talk about people saying, do they need to nerf the snipers? Is sniping overpowered in this game? I don't think it's overpowered. I think maybe they could do a tiny nerf to the Kar 98K if they were to buff the other sniper rifles. Now, people are going to say I'm crazy for saying that. I'm not saying that sniping in this game is bad. Honestly, sniping is overpowered in this game, but it's only with that Kar 98K. They just need to balance those snipers out a little bit more, because it's exactly the situation like they have with the rifles. People are just using the same one over and over and over, and it would be, more fresh and more easy if people could have access to all the guns, and all the guns had their strengths and weaknesses. Sort of like the SMGs, I think, are probably the best balanced class, because each one does have its strength and weakness, but as far as the balancing of the rifle class and the sniper rifle class, it's really non-existent. And that definitely needs to be worked on. Next thing I want to talk about is the issue people have been talking about for a while, which is, especially when the game first came out, everyone said SMGs are underpowered in comparison to assault rifles. Now, I do think this is true even with these nerfs. I still think the best guns in this game are assault rifles, the BAR and the FG42. Those are probably the top 2 guns in the game. But I do think that some of the SMGs can compete. It's a matter of that this game, a lot of these maps are sort of made for SMG play, and that's why it's kind of disgusting when on a map like London Docks, like this map in any other COD, I would never even dream about using an assault rifle, but using the bar on this map can be very, very good. It is because of how fast the fire rate is on those assault rifles. So honestly, do I think this is a problem? Still, I mean, it's a little bit of an issue that the assault rifles are the better class over the SMGs. Maybe I'm biased because I'm an SMG player, but in my opinion, what can they really do about that? You know, they're not going to buff all the SMGs. That would kind of make them overpowered. They're not going to nerf all the assault rifles. That would make them underpowered. Maybe they could do a little bit of some sort of reworks, or maybe the SMGs scope in a little bit faster off the sprint with quick draw, something like that. I think is the work that we need here. Something that can just add a tiny bit to these SMGs to make them a tiny bit better. But I'm not saying that SMGs are trash in this game. Honestly, I play most of the time with SMGs, but that's because I run these super small maps a lot of the time. And, you know, if I'm really going for a try-hard gameplay, like if I see I need to go hard this game, try hard, I'm going to pull out the bar most of the time. But then PPSH, FG42 are right behind. So I'm not sure what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about that SMG assault rifle thing? Next thing is grenades. A lot of people talk about grenades. I hear people complaining grenades are overpowered. Do I think grenades are super strong in this game? Yes. And double down with the fact that every single player gets a grenade on their class. I think that's what's making people think this. The grenades are strong. But the fact is, in other Call of Duties, like in Black Ops 3, the Pick 10 system, I never ran grenades. Most people didn't run grenades because you're taken away from a perk or attachment. But in this game, they went with the more traditional division class setup, and every single person has a grenade. Do I think grenades could use a nerf? Maybe. But the fact is, you can really run Hunker now that Prime got its nerf. Hunker, the basic training, how you get that is by prestiging your armored division. And once you have Hunker, grenades really can't kill you, especially with armor. If you run armored or Hunker, people can literally stand right next to grenades and they won't kill you. So honestly, if you're playing on a map where the grenade spam is heavy, aka Point Du Hoc, that's the main one for me, I just run Hunker every single time, and it's an easy fix to that. So I think that could be worked on, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Next thing is kill streaks. Kill streaks honestly need the most work in this game, and I don't know why they've ignored it. I don't know if they think it's okay. I don't know if they just want this game to be gun-on-gun action, which would be cool, but why wouldn't you add specialists like for Modern Warfare 3 or COD Ghost, where it is gun-on-gun action, but you get extra perks? That would be dope if they had specialists with the basic trainings, that once you get on like a 15 gun streak, you had every single basic training or something. Like that would just be so cool. But the fact is they didn't add that. So kill streaks need to have some sort of a work right now, because as of right now, the first thing I have to note is counter UAV. Counter UAV in this game, it does not jam their radar. All counter UAV does is it allows them not to call in a UAV, or if they have one up, it'll shoot down the UAV. No, not really sure why they did this. Why not just make counter UAV jam the radar like it's been in every single other Call of Duty game? I would like to see that change happen. Hopefully, maybe, you know, they come up with kill streak variants or something like that, and that's like one of the variants you can get. I don't know what they're doing, but that should be a change. As far as the mid-level kill streaks, I think they are the best ones right now. The Glide Bomb, the Fighter Pilot. I guess the Mortar Strike is one that could use maybe a little bit of a buff. But as far as the main thing that needs to be reworked with these kill streaks is the big two. The Ball Turret Gunner is pretty strong, but the Carpet Bomb and the Paratroopers, especially the Paratroopers, those really need some work, because those are hard kill streaks to get. And when I'm working my ass off, for me to put those kill streaks on, and I know they're a little bit easier to get if you're running Ordnance, but for me to go for those in, you know, hard point or something and get 10 kills in a row and get those, I need to know that I'm going to be rewarded, because if not, I'm just going to run Glide Bomb and also the what's it called, the Fighter Pilot, and just cycle through those. And that's why I think the score streak spam in this game is because everyone's running low score streaks. It's not because score streaks are good or they're easy to get. It's just everyone's running low ones because the high ones are kind of useless, except for the Ball Turret Gunner, and they're so damn hard to get. Buff the Paratroopers, buff the Carpet Bomb, and that's more of an issue for, you know, a good player issue, but that's definitely something that could be changed. And of course, my last point here, why the heck is Domination still 50 points? I don't get it. Every other objective game mode is 100 points. I mean, at least give us 70. There's literally no, I don't understand. Give us 75. Why is Dom 50 points? What is the valid reason? And then Hardpoint is 100. CTF 100. I really don't understand that at all. But I don't think they're going to be changing it, because for some reason they think 50 points Dom is good. I'm not really sure why. But these are some of the changes that I think should be added to this game. It's not really asking a lot. These are just some quick balancing changes. I want to know your opinions down in the comment section down below. Do you guys agree with some of mine? Do you guys disagree? And let me know other ones that you guys have in the comments down below. Maybe I missed something here. Maybe you know a weapon that needs a buff or a nerf. Let me know in the comments, and let's all have a discussion about it. That'd be really, you know, awesome. And that's about it, guys. I'll probably be uploading another video later. If you guys did make it to the end, I would appreciate dropping a like on this thing, because I think this game, the thing that makes me sort of mad is this game is really fun, but this has the potential to be one of the best Call of Duties ever, but they need to make these changes. And so far, all they've done is, you know, address some issues with the bar and stuff like that, primed, and the flinch, which is good, but there's a lot more to be done before this game is absolutely awesome. But this, you know, this happens in other Call of Duties as well. When they first come out, they need some work and they need buffs and patches. So, you know, I'm going to be optimistic, and hopefully some of this stuff does happen. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like, sub for a cookie, and don't looky, I'm out. Peace.